I'd like to turn it over to Acting Director Bishop for her comments.
Thanks, Mayor Sidney. I'm just going to run through the appendices. Appendix A to D are our active construction projects right now. Starting with Appendix A is Dominion and Corey. So this project was awarded on August 13th to McRae Excavating in conjunction with Kluche Construction in a working partnership. So right now they are tracking slightly over budget just because of upcoming change orders and issues that we've discovered underground. So if you just follow along through this, we have a construction budget and a contingency there, and a total approved budget, and then our construction cost to date as well as our design cost to date. In this case, we don't have a payment certificate that we have paid out yet, just because this comes in monthly, and we didn't have those numbers at the time of updating these reports. So right now we have only the design fees to date, but next month we'll have a more accurate representation of our construction. So there's no work that's been completed since previous report. This is our first one on this project. The scope of this job was a full depth reconstruction plus sidewalk on one side. Our risks that we previously identified were kind of with the design consultant EXP that we've noted before. There's been staff turnover on both sides and some design errors and oversights. So we are coming across some change orders that are adding up. Our risks moving forward include underground services that have been discovered in the field that are differing sizes than what we originally thought, as well as design aspects that were omitted from the design drawings. Another thing to note was that we did start construction a little bit late, so this project is going to be half done this year, and then the rest being in the spring and summer. So they're going to be finalizing Quarry and coming around the corner on Dominion, and then finalizing, just laying the bottom lift of asphalt and leaving that for the winter, and then they'll come back in the spring and work on the other end, as well as finalizing the top lift on the Quarry side. Do we want to do questions for each job or wait till the end?
Do you have a question for this one? Sure.
Okay.
Wait. Councillor
Thank you, through you, Mayor. Ms. Bishop, by doing this over 2 seasons, there's going to be extra mobilization charges on top of the unknown underground works that we're working on for sizing?
That may be a risk. Oh, sorry. Through you, Mayor Sidney. Yep. That may be a risk, but based on the timelines that we couldn't really get it all done this year, especially with the concrete work and the cold weather. So we can negotiate with the contractor, but there may be additional fees.
Follow up.
Thank you. Again, through you, Mayor. We all understood that this was going to be a late-time project, and again, I'm not firing at you. I find it hard to believe that this wasn't somewhat thought of, that we're going to be into cold weather and potentially a transition, so this wasn't captured in part of the scope that we're going to have some delays due to weather, remobilization, and challenging weather costs coming towards us, because we knew it was a late end-of-year project, right? So this wasn't addressed. I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm. So it was awarded on August 13th, and we knew the timelines were tight, but unfortunately, just with getting the contract going and everything in place, they didn't start until about mid-September. So it was already kind of a few weeks behind at the time, and then just based on the issues we've had, there's been some standby time, even just because of services they've discovered underground that we had to make decisions on. So there have been delays, and unfortunately, it's just pushed it out further. So it wasn't really something that was compared at the time, but yeah.
Thank you.
Councillor Andrew Dick.
Thank you, through you, Mayor. My concern is, and hopefully our staff will be able to not allow this to happen like we saw this year, where the spring and summer hits, and for some reason Renfrew goes on the back burner and we don't start working until the end of August or September. So I'm hoping that these two companies and our staff will work together in getting this started in like May and have
completion by June. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you.
Any other questions for Appendix A?